rocket like rocket fuel.
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Come on, set, 8, read. Watch the run, watch the run, watch the run. Showstone, travel.
Now the former Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Second and 5. He finds his man Johnson. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
Mike 51. Hey, Wahoo!
Now back to throw. He finds his target, Fuller. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Let's go. 60 outlaw.
Here we go. Here we go. Kill, kill, kill.
Shoot.
A first down carry here for Johnson. Fancy footwork at the 45. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 43. He'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hawkinson. And it's 2nd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. And some good running out of the gates as he takes this up to the 33. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. 6-6. Pull it high. 54 is mine. 54 is mine. Hey, Echo. 54. Watch 54. I'm coming. Hit it.
Back to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Deebo Samuel, 33 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Gets fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Break. My 40, my 40. Bandit. Bandit. Ready.
On first down, Dobbins. And right away, he lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. And that one coming on his opening carry of the season. Do you give him a mulligan?
You would like to? But this game counts. If this were preseason, he'd get a mulligan. But this is for real, so not expecting that at all. Got to find a way to take care of it. I'm sure he'll get other opportunities.
Even, 4 down, even. All day, baby, let's go. Let's go. Set. 60 or. Switch. Go out. Get it.
Now a play fake here on first down. Flushed out right. And now he's going to use his legs. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
too soft.
Just the light. Hey, I'm coming. Patch it.
Now.
Here's 2nd and 8. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down.
Let's go now. 50, plant.
You must be drinking. And then tight that. Foot out. Check.
Bam.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Move.
Left 3.
5.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. The quick slant caught. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Check. Hot.
Pilot, 64, weak.
2nd and 3. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. It's their quarterback, making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Yo.
Hey, Alpha.
34.
Shoot.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion.
And 12 yards to go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. And he's going to have the connection to Foster. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. but I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
And the Lions first down.
Let's go.
How about the rookie in his NFL debut? Looking sharp. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Johnson. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Ready?
57, come on. Your track.
Tight go. General West. Ready?
Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 26-yard line.
Ready. 60 outlaw.
Hey, watch the slant. No. Watch out. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Get it.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
On the ready.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down.
Not today, you are. Not today.
Looking to throw. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, Charlie.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Let him go by a little too easily there.
Well, that's what we saw on film, isn't it? His head goes down oftentimes when he goes to punch, when he's trying to block. And when you do that, you can't see your target. He went right past him and made the play.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
Bravo.
2nd and 15. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20.
Slam, slam. Kill.
Hey, lock it. Go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Check, 59. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
They'll look to throw here. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Go.
Well, hey, we're going Mike 40. Hey, watch the leg. Mike 40.
Ready?
He'll drop to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings. So they still get the completion even though the blitz was on. But the blitz got there. Does that stay in the mind of the quarterback the next couple plays?
That's what you're hoping for. That's what you're planning for. It's a little risk reward, right? You're leaving your guys on an island back there in man coverage. But you take the chance that you get to the quarterback. And so he gets completion here. Congratulations. Keep coming at it, and hopefully pick.
Stephon Diggs. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, 64 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They've done nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects it.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Here we go, here we go.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Slam, slam, slam. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill.
Hey, Zoo.
Watch twist. Watch twist. Check 13.
Shot.
They're going to look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
You draw corker.
Wide, get wide.
They'll look to throw. And the catch made by Johnson. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
I can't believe they even let
Recon, 132 fighter. Go, go.
Choose the mic right here over there, right? 50 choose the mic. It's a party now.
Rock it, rock it.
Chance, let's go.
They'll set up a throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later? Who would that be? That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How things turn out for him?
I think, okay, he's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Ready? 90, Wolf.
51. All day, just like that. Just like that. Show it up. Show it up.
Right back to him on 1st down. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
The Vikings on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Back to throw here. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. There he goes left side. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously caught. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And this will be a pickup of 4 here, up to their own 20.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. That's a gain of 4. Brings up
The Vikings on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 14. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. An NFL update, second quarter now in Jacksonville. And the early going, it's the Texans out in front. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Ty Johnson, 69 yards. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1 minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is, and definitely not a time to think about kneeling and going into the half. This is a chance to attack a little bit, but not having to get everything in one shot either. 10 yards here, 15 there. Work the sidelines, work the clock, give yourself a chance for at least a field goal going into the half.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go.
Go.
Ringo. Let's go. Hey, Mike 40.
Hey, exit.
Let's go, D. Big Sears right here, so we got to step it up. 40's the line.
He'll look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Here we go. 10 logo.
Go.
He'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He'll get this one to Galladay. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24. They'll come out in the pistol. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Hey, Delta.
Hey, watch the slant.
Deep grip.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit.
There we go.
T.J. Hockenson there to make the grab. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, we're not able to find any yardage on that one.
loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Second and 13. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Kill, turn up.
61, matchbox lights. Look, squeeze. Ready.
They'll set up to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 37.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now back to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Back to throw. And he comes back with one complete. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Lions will take over.
Got it.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, Haywood.
5-2 is the Mike. Mike 5-2. Mike 5-2. Okay, double up. Mike 52. So we got man.
2.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. He finds his man Johnson. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Hey, high 7. Go.
Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit. They're in the same spot again.
Well, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop the throw. And Diggs has it. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. And to give this time to the tailback. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. He's making quite a splash here in his NFL debut.
Well, he was advertised as being NFL ready, and both you and I tend to arch an eyebrow a little bit when we first hear that. But I think that they were right about this one.
So 2 1st downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Credit the tackle that time to Deshaun Hand.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Ready.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Shit. Check. Lucky.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Tight to the right, boy. Tight to the right.
Hey, seam 6.
3 down. Let's go.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 45-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 19. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Ready.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. They go to Johnson again. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Down. 60 outlaw.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Eluding the pressure, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Out, 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 out.
Hard, hard. Hit it.
Looking to throw. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory.
That's it, baby.
It's a big play there for the Lions. 47 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence, because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Ready, ready.
A quick throw out wide to Fuller. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Again, we'll see the pistol here.
218, chop it.
Bang, 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 bang.
Get it.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. It's their quarterback. A 3-yard run as he kept it himself. As his guys continue to pour it on. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though.
Let's go. Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A big play there for Minnesota. 56 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off. Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Ready up.
Mike is 59. Mike the 59.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line.
Greystone, travel.
Get that quarterback.
Check.
They'll run on 1st down. Dobbins. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, getting close to the end zone, and you know that rookie wants the ball back. He's looking for his first career touchdown.
He certainly is, and you just wonder with the coaching staff, is it trust in him this early? Or are they trying to get him going, give him confidence early in his NFL career?
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Hey, 40's Mike.
They'll look to throw here. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Lorenzo Carter able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And this one is right through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
A 3-yard pickup, and it's 3rd down.
The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. He'll drop to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Dexter Lawrence Coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
You and I both know we're into a whole new realm of football because we're not just looking at tendencies anymore. We're looking at analytics, and I've got to think the analytics on 3rd and 1 say run the football.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Let's go.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
Get it.
They're going to look to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that's caught by Smith. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the 1st down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Set, ready, 8, read.
He's not going to get me.
49, check 49, check 49.
Check 26, check 26.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Okay, ready?
57, the mic. It's coming this way, coming this way. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Now it's his carry for Johnson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Down, 30 base.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. They'll set up a throw. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They get that little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
Ready, break.
Mike 51.
Check, check, check. Hey, Sam off.
Check 24.
Hit it.
On 3rd down, Dobbins. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Detroit, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile,